I'm trying to think of something to, because I like everything that I said was like, oh, the Sharpie Mustache was created by, but now I'm trying to think of something to say ahead of that, and then do the like and subscribe thing. But I don't know what to say ahead of the cocktail. Other than that, like, what's up, educated barflies? Today, I don't know why I said that. I've never introduced you. I've never addressed you guys in that fashion. Hello, educated barfly. Welcome back to the educated barfly, you barflies. I don't know. I said something in that realm and it was weird. Today we are partnered up with Whiskey. Whiskey is a passion project of some home drink makers that just so happen to know a thing or two about product development. Back in 2012, they were looking to stock their home bars with quality glassware and tools, but they found that most of the products available were just for rookies. They were just too basic, or they favored like fashion and not function. They were too thin, they broke too much. If you guys have ever bought glassware from places like Macy's or Nordstrom's, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And this gave them the idea to make refined glassware for home bar use. One of my absolute favorite pieces is this Nick and Nora. It's 5 ounces. It is perfect for things like martinis or smaller volume shaken drinks. It's got a classic feel in a modern body, which is what I really like. It's just very nice and pleasing to the eyes. And another one of my favorite things about Whiskey is that they consult with professional bartenders to help create their products so that everything is thought out and it's completely functional, both at a home setting, but also in a bar setting as well. Their products look great and they're gonna elevate your home bar from here to here. And if it's here, to here. And if it's here, to the limit. So if you guys want to get some of this amazing glassware for yourself, just go to whiskey.com and type in code BARFLY15 for 15% off site-wide, or click the link in the description below and type in code BARFLY15 for 15% off the entire site. All right, guys, let's make some cocktails. Today we're doing a stirred cocktail, which is, I don't know. I don't do a lot of stirred cocktails. I'm gonna start changing that because there's a lot of really good ones. Today the stirred cocktail is gonna be a little bit alienated. Is that like a little alienating?
Wow.
I said alienated, but what I meant to say is that today's cocktail is gonna be a little bit alienating because it has 2 Amari in it. Although these are Amari that are distributed worldwide, in certain markets they can be hard to find. So sorry for that, but it's a great cocktail. So before we do the cocktail, go hit like and go hit subscribe. You know exactly why we want you to do it, so just go do it. Just do us the solid and go do it. Today's cocktail is the Sharpie Mustache. It was created by Chris Elmsford at Amor y Amargo in New York City, which is a bar owned by a friend of the channel, Southern Tea. He loves bitters. They do lots of stirred stuff. I don't think they do anything with citrus in that bar. We have not yet had cause to go to New York and visit, although I want that to change. So someone give us a reason to go to New York, or some brand pay us some money to go to New York so that we can go there and shoot a whole bunch of content that I want to do there.
Yeah. Or join our Patreon so that we can have more money to go to New York.
Was I using this as a segue to Patreon? That is a perfect segue. Marius found the perfect segue. So here's the deal. We were off Patreon for a while. We've been running our Patreon for a long time. We have not been paying attention to it for a good long while. But then Marius realized that Patreon started building out their platform to be more of a platform that one stays on and less of just a platform to give to creators that you love. And in an effort to make some bespoke content for you guys, we are going to go back to Patreon and really put a lot of effort in there. And we are going to be doing at least one video series that is not ever coming to YouTube. No matter how many views it doesn't get, we are not going to come to YouTube at all. So if you want that content and you want it completely ad-free, go to Patreon. We got several different tiers, but the main tier that you would get that video is the $5 tier. So it starts very low, although there are some higher tiers if you want them. Go and check it out, and if it's your thing, you can sub it. The Sharpie Mustache, let's get back to that. All right, the Sharpie Mustache was apparently named after the unfortunate practical joke of drawing a Sharpie mustache on someone who has passed out from drinking too much. That seems really tame to me though, because when I was a kid, the whole thing was you weren't supposed to pass out with your shoes on. And if you were passed out with your shoes on, it wasn't just a Sharpie mustache that you got written on you. You got written all over your whole face, your whole body. People would draw penises going into your mouth, bad words right on your forehead in big thick letters. Your entire face was tattooed. It was like a very dirty, offensive Post Malone is what you would kind of look at. And they all over your arms, all over your, like people would take people's shirts off and draw all over their chest. It was crazy. So everybody that I know when I was younger always made sure not to pass out with their shoes on. And I just want to say, for the record, I am very proud that I was never the perpetrator of the drawing, and I never passed out with my shoes on that anyone knew anyway, so I never got written on. Anyway, so the Sharpie Mustache is all right, let's actually make the cocktail. So first thing we're gonna do here is 2 dashes of Tiki bitters, and since these Bitterman's Tiki bitters come in a dropper, it is 10 drops per dash, so we're gonna be doing 20 drops. And then we are going to do equal parts of everything. 3/4 of an ounce of Bonal Gentiane-Quina, which is wine-based and should be kept in the fridge. 3/4 of an ounce of Meletti. Does not have to be kept in the fridge. It is spirit-based. 3/4 ounce London Dry Gin. And 3/4 of an ounce of Rye Whiskey. And I'm opting for a non-100 proof one this time. It's 90 proof. It's a little less. Okay, we're gonna get a Nick and Nora. Crack the first cube, and maybe the second 2. Some ice in here. Top it up with some bigger pieces. Don't be shy with the ice. Give it a stir. It's been so long since I've done a stirred cocktail. I wonder if I should give the whole spiel about stirring and how long you stir. A lot of people ask me how long to stir. Should I do that? I mean, it's been so long. Are people getting sick of that spiel?
I don't know.
The stirring spiel? Well, people say like stir for approximately 40 seconds, which you absolutely can do. Alcohol has a lower freezing temperature than water, and so you can actually stir this down to about -3 degrees Celsius, which is where we're trying to get it. The reason why we crack the cubes is because you want to have little shards in there, because stirring is a very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Because stirring is a very inefficient way of chilling, and so we need those little shards in there to get the right amount of dilution. So you could stir for like a minute or 2, and this cocktail still would not be over diluted. We're not going to stir for that long because we don't need to, but you can. So, you know, around 40 seconds or so. You can also check to make sure that your glass is frosting on the outside. And if you have something else to do, you can also just like halfway stir it like I did, and then have a nice long talk with somebody, and it will be diluting and chilling very slowly. So I'm just gonna give this a couple extra stirs here. I know, I feel like I sped through that really fast. Strain this into our Nick and Nora here. And we are going to garnish with an orange twist. And I have a very ugly orange here. This orange has seen better days, I think, but it's fine. We got our orange twist here. You know what? Maybe I should just like old school style. That's the way I used to do it at Kohl's. There you go. It's a nice peel anyway. I don't need to clean up the sides. So, you know, when you have the orange peel up here, right here, it's like as you sip, you're sniffing and you're adding more orange essence to your olfactory senses, which is going to inform the way you taste the cocktail. So whenever a bartender gives you a peel like that, just leave it up there, at least for the first couple sips. It's like Christmas in a glass. It's so good. First of all, I'm obsessed with Bonal Gentiane-Quina. That stuff is amazing. You can drink it neat. It's wonderful. But the juxtaposition between the Meletti and the Bonal, and then with the spicy kind of breadiness of the Rye Whiskey, it makes it taste like spiced gingerbread or something. It's really good. You do get a little bit of the botanicals of the gin in there. It's not completely lost, although it is definitely kind of creating a new flavor profile. And then you have a nice zest of orange there, which is magnifique. It is so good. It makes me want to down this cocktail. I'm not gonna do that, but I want to. So there it is, guys, the Sharpie Mustache. This one is definitely one that you should go make. So go make it, the Sharpie Mustache. All right, guys, that's it. Another brilliant cocktail for you guys to go and try. I'm just gonna go take this in the other room and finish it. But before I do that, I just wanna remind you guys to hit like, hit subscribe, check out theeducatedbarfly.com for all of our merch, articles, and wonderful things that we have there, and I will see you guys on another time.